Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're rediving deep into a story that will absolutely tug at your heartstrings and remind us all what true loyalty really means. We're talking about the incredible film Hachi, A Dog's Tale Asterisk. If you haven't seen it, prepare yourselves, because this one is a real tearjerker, but in the best possible way. The movie kicks off with a young boy named Ronnie, telling his class about his personal hero, his grandfather's dog, Hachi. And that's when his narration begins to unfold, the most beautiful tale of devotion. It all starts with Professor Parker Wilson, a kind man who commutes by train to Providence, Rhode Island. One evening at the Bedridge railway station, he discovers a lost puppy. This little furball, all alone, quickly captures Parker's heart. He takes him home, planning to find his owner, but fate, as it often does, had other plans. The dog remains unclaimed, and soon he and Parker form an unbreakable bond. Parker's Japanese friend, Ken, identifies the breed as an Akita and points out the character on the dog's collar tag, which reads Hachi, meaning 8 in Japanese, a lucky number. And just like that, the loyal companion gets his name. Now, Parker's wife, Kate, eventually warms up to Hachi, but initially, Hachi has his own cozy shed outside. Parker tries to teach Hachi typical dog tricks, like fetching a ball, but Hachi isn't interested. Ken explains that Akitas are different, they can't be trained in the traditional sense. If Hachi fetches, it'll be for a very special reason. And boy, does that foreshadow something truly heartwarming. One day Hachi, with his determined spirit, digs under the fence and follows Parker all the way to the station. He refuses to go home, even causing Parker to miss his train. After handing Hachi back to Kate, Parker catches the next one. But here's where the magic truly begins. When Parker returns at 5 p.m., there's Hachi, waiting for him at the station. Parker is astonished, especially to learn Hachi came all by himself. This becomes their daily ritual. Every morning, they walk to the station together. Parker leaves on the train, Hachi goes home, and like clockwork, at 5 p.m., he's back at the station, patiently waiting to greet his best friend. This routine, filled with quiet affection, becomes the rhythm of their lives. Years pass. Parker's daughter, Andy, marries Michael, and Hachi is right there, a cherished part of the family wedding photo. Soon after, Andy announces she's pregnant, exciting times. But then, a morning arrives that changes everything. Hachi, usually so composed, acts strangely at home. He follows Parker to the station, and this time, he carries a ball. Parker, amused, throws it. And for the very first time, Hachi fetches. They play for a precious few moments, a pure display of joy. Parker puts the ball in his pocket and boards the train, Hachi barking and watching him go. The ball's significance still unknown. Hours later, while still holding that fetched ball, Parker suffers a fatal stroke in his classroom. He collapses, never to return home. And at the station, Hachi waits and waits. At 9:30 p.m., Michael comes to take Hachi home. But Hachi, sensing something is terribly wrong, watches the family mourn Parker from his shed. The next morning, as everyone gathers for the funeral, Hachi does what has become his life's purpose. He goes to the station to wait. Life moves on. Kate sells the house and moves away, and Hachi goes to live with Andy, Michael, and their infant son, Ronnie. But Hachi can't forget. He follows the train tracks, driven by an instinct beyond understanding, back to Bedridge. Andy and Michael find him and bring him home, but they soon realize Hachi is consumed by his longing for Parker. In a heartbreaking moment, Andy opens the gate, and Hachi, after licking her hand, as if in gratitude, runs back to the Bedridge station, and there he stays. Day after day, year after year, Hachi waits. The hot dog seller, Jaskeet, and other passers-by, touched by his unwavering devotion, feed him and offer him comfort. Soon, a reporter writes a story about Hachi, and his fame spreads, bringing cards and even money from kind strangers. Ken, Parker's friend, reads the news, travels to Bedridge, and speaks to Hachi in Japanese, sharing his own grief and missing his dear friend. On Parker's 10th death anniversary, Kate returns to visit his grave. There she sees Ken, and then she spots an elderly, frail Hachi, still waiting at the station. Her heart breaks and swells with love at his enduring loyalty. Later, she tells 10-year-old Ronnie the full story of Hachi, and he listens, captivated. Finally, after years of unwavering vigil, Hachi dies at his spot in the station, still waiting. But the story doesn't end there. In a truly poignant moment, Parker finally comes for him, and they are reunited, at last, in the afterlife. Back in the present, Ronnie, now concluding his story to his class, shares the profound lesson Hachi and his grandfather taught him, the meaning of loyalty. He explains it as, "You should never forget anyone you have loved." He declares Hachi will forever be his personal hero, and the class applauds. As Ronnie leaves school, he's met by Michael and a tiny new puppy, also named Hachi. Ronnie and the little Hachi travel along the very same tracks, continuing the legacy of unconditional love. This film, this true story, is a powerful reminder that love transcends everything, even time and loss. It shows us the purest form of devotion and how one loyal heart can leave an indelible mark on the world. What are your thoughts on Hachi's incredible story? Let me know in the comments below. If this video touched your heart, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe for more heartfelt stories and movie analyses. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.